G'day, how you going, Year 8? Today we're looking at areas of circles. In order to work this out, we need to know the formula of the circle, just like we needed to know the formula of triangles and the quadrilaterals that we've looked at earlier. So the area of a circle, okay, has this pretty well-known equation. A, okay, equals pi r squared. Okay, where r is the radius, and pi is a very special number. Okay, pi is what we call an irrational number. That is, its decimal places go on forever. You can't express it completely as a decimal or as a fraction. Okay, you can round it off, but if you want to know the exact value, it goes on forever. So it's a pretty fascinating thing that the relationship between the area of a circle and its radius has this number pi involved. Okay, just like when we looked at circumferences last year, okay, you would have seen pi in the circumference of a circle. Okay, so anything to do with circles usually has pi cropping up here or there. We need to make sure that we remember, though, this is an area formula. Okay, we can differentiate it from the circumference by the fact that it has that r squared. Okay, the squared is the little clue to remember. Okay, this is a area. Okay, just like we have centimeter squared and meter squared, etc. Okay, we've got radius squared here. Okay, now the thing we need to know is if a question asks you to leave it in exact form, then we leave pi in our answer. Okay, pi can behave just like any other pronumeral, like x or y. So we can just leave that pronumeral in our answer rather than simplifying it in our calculator and rounding it off if the question asks us as such. Okay, so here's some easy ones to start off with. So the area of this circle is going to be pi times the radius squared, which is 7. Okay, and we can just whip our calculator out. Or what I might do first, actually, is I might write the exact form answer first. So all I've done is I've squared 7 to get 49, and then I leave pi there. And just like you can have 49x, you can have 49 pi. It's just a pronumeral. Leave the pi in your answer if it asks you for exact form. But if it asks you to one decimal place, we can then simplify this. Okay, now your pi button is just down here. You got to press shift and then your times 10 to the x1. So you can see the pi there just above it. And then we can put that in and we get to one decimal place is what we want. So 153.9 centimeters squared. Okay, and then for B, we need to be careful here. We have a diameter and we need to first find the radius. So what I'm going to do first is say radius equals 5.5. Okay, and I write that down. Okay, it's a mental note to say, well, before I can find the area, I need the radius. Write down your radius, and then we can go A equals. Okay, we don't just write a whole bunch of calculations on the page. You got to say radius equals, and then area equals. Okay, to know that you've changed into the area. So it's not just, you're no longer finding the radius, you're now finding the area. So it's going to be pi times 5.5 squared. Okay, now if I do just 5.5 squared, 30.25, then I can get my exact area. Okay, again, I'm just going to write exact form so that you're aware of what to do. And if your question asks the exact form, you stop there. If you're asked to do it to one decimal place, though, you do need to add the pi in and then round your answer. So it's going to be 95.0 centimeters squared. Okay, you got to write the 0.0 because it says to one decimal place. Even though 95.0 is the same as 95, you've always got to show the one decimal place. Okay, and then for this one here, we have a fraction of a circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out the area of, if this was a whole circle, And then we're just going to divide it by whatever fraction we have. So clearly here we have a quarter of a circle. So we're going to say that area equals a quarter times pi times 5.7 squared. Okay, so we've got the pi r squared part for a whole circle, and then we're timesing that by a quarter, and that will give us our answer. Okay, so here it's asking to the nearest whole centimeter. So it's going to be 1/4 times pi times 5.7 squared, and we get our answer there. Okay, so it equals nearest whole centimeter is going to have to round up to 26, and that should be approximately, 26 centimeters squared. These should all be approximately because we have rounded. Okay, you can do curly equals, or you can do equals with the dot above and below to get approximately. Okay, well, there you have it. It's areas of circle. Make sure you found the radius first. If it asks you to leave an exact form, you leave pi in your answer and you simplify everything else. Okay, so you still got to do 7 squared or whatever it is. It's only the pi that remains that you don't change. Okay, have a good day.